Yo, what is going on, y'all? It is X from Let's Get Free TV, and in this video today, I have a great one for you guys. PolyMaximus is finally here. We're going to be going over the Dapp, we're going to be going over water, and we're just going to be having a little bit of a discussion about poly, all right? So if that sounds good to you guys, smash that thumbs up button as it helps me out on the YouTube algorithm. And also, if you enjoy me or the content, do not forget to tap that subscribe button and tap that bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a video. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. All that being said, let's just hop right into the video. All right, y'all. So Poly is here. It is time. It came out. I mean, it really came out on November 4th. If you're in the US, it came out at about 8 p.m. Unfortunately, I couldn't upload this video earlier because I was at work, but I'm here now. What you guys would do is, and I'm going to leave links down in the description below to all poly and everything. So what you would do is you would go to the Dapp and you would enter your amount of hedron here. Make sure you have your hedron ready to go. And then you would input your number here. Unfortunately, this is a burner wallet, so I do not have any hedron on this account. You would just enter your amount here, and then you would click on Mint Poly. MetaMask would pop up, and you would go through your transaction. Now let's talk about the vote on the ASI bid budget. I've seen some questions in the Telegram chat, and I definitely want to go over this real quickly. So it is basically just the HSI bid budget is the percent of the PolyMaximus treasury hedron that is allocated towards bidding on HSIs. This number is calculated based on the poly minted weighted average vote of all minters. The remaining hedron will simply be staked via the ICOSA contract. So you guys can choose, right, like what percentage you want to actually go towards bidding, and then percentage you actually want staked. All right, so if you just wanted to do 50-50, you would click on 50%. So you would want 50% of your hedron to be staked, and then you'd want the other 50 to go towards bidding on the HSIs. I'm probably going to do around 80%ish, 60%ish, but it's all up to you guys, right? All right, now let's go over water, guys. So water is basically just a donation token where you can give the Maximus team ETH to help pay for the gas fees once the auctions are here on November 13th. Once these auctions come out, there's probably going to be a gas wars going on in the community. We haven't really seen one because, you know, that usually happens in NFTs and things like that when a lot of people are trying to get into a project and fight for these actual transactions. You know, it's probably going to happen now. So gas is going to be pretty expensive, right? So they implemented a system where you can donate ETH to basically raise the chances for the executor's success. And then if you donate, the water token is basically like a symbol of your generosity, okay? Water literally has no use case. It's nothing but a symbol of you helping out the Maximus team. Take that as you will. I'm not sure how the liquidity will go. We're gonna have to wait to see how that plays out. This could be a good move to make some profit. It could not. So I'm not going to speak too much on that, but I definitely did just want to notice that. So if you did want to donate any amount of ETH, you would go down to the donate bar and you would just type in however much ETH, and then you would push mint your water, and then you would verify in your MetaMask, and your water would then be in your account once you added it. And this is the suggestion box, all right? So this is where you are actually going to be able to contact the executor and give them your thoughts about maybe bidding on a particular HSI or maybe doing whatever, right? So definitely pretty cool. So if you were to do this, you would type in the liquidation ID given to each of the auctions, or you would enter the address of the HSI itself, and then you would put however much your hedron bid was, and then you would type in your notes here like buy this one, bro, and then you would submit it. So if you come across any ideas, if you see anything on the liquidations that are pretty cool. Now guys, we're going to take an insider look at a little bit of the auctions themselves. So this might not be currently up to date. So we can see a lot of these are a lot of hex for the maximum amount of days. And actually most of the HSIs are the max amount of days. And then some have a bonus and some do not. In my eyes, the executor is definitely going to want to go after the ones that have a bonus and everything, right? We're not going to get too far into this just yet because I probably have a separate video coming out on this. But I definitely did just want to throw this out here if you wanted to take a look at some of the auctions. And then also, one thing I want to point out, guys, is you see that there's 0 minted days on here. So let's just say the executor was to scoop up some of these auctions. They would mint a bunch of Hedron from these huge stakes. All right, so this is why Poly is just awesome, because this is giving a chance for the smaller players and everyone to eat, right? Because if Poly did not exist, guys, it would just be a rat race for the whales, and the whales would clean everything up, which that's how it always works, and that shit just gets annoying, right? We want everybody to eat. That's why I'm a huge advocate for Maximus DAO, and shout out to Poly, okay? All right, now I want to get into the discussion part. All right, is PolyMaximus right for you? For one of your Hedron, you get 1 Poly. All right, so it is a 1-for-1 comparison. You want to take everything into account, right? So if you don't have a bunch of Hedron, do you want to sacrifice all of your Hedron to Poly and delay that gratification? And like I said, when I make my actual videos, I have the smaller players in mind than the big players, all right? Maybe you only have a certain amount of Hedron and you're thinking, wow, I want to get into Poly, but I don't really have the money to get more Hedron right now. Obviously, you're going to have to make that decision on your own. But all I can say is when Poly comes out, this is a long-term play. You do not get the reward payout from the Hex, from the Icosa, and from the Hedron, obviously, until the highest bid is over. And as we've seen, a lot of those bids are the maximum amount of days, which is 5555, a little over 15 years. So you have to think to yourself, can I delay my gratification for 15 years? Can I wait that 15 years? There's no way to actually profit from PolyMaximus until after the 15-year mark, and that's just how it is, actually, unfortunately, unless you were to actually sell your Poly token. Now, that's not to say that Poly can't completely go parabolic in price, right? That is a possibility. But once you get rid of that Poly, you're eating away into your Hex, Icosa, and Hedron payout after the 15 years. So you really just have to keep that in mind, all right? So obviously, if you have a bunch of Hedron, you can kind of have a better type of play style. You know, you can sacrifice a bunch of your Hedron. You might be able to actually sell some of your Poly and have enough Poly to get a good reward payout once the 15 years is up. But yeah, you have to make that decision up for yourself, all right? But like I said, you guys have to think in mind, do you want to hold some of that Hedron yourself because you think it might pump, and especially once you have it staked in your own, like in your own Icosa pool, or do you want to give it to Poly? So you're definitely going to have to go over your game plan. The one thing I can say is PolyMaximus is going crazy, all right? So this was 10 hours ago, basically when it came out, and this is from the dev himself, so shout out to Dipcatcher. So we had the PolyMaximus live minting stats, all right? We have over 100.68 billion Hedron worth over 382,000. This is the first 6 hours, all right? And keep in mind, these auctions are live until I think the 13th or the 14th. Yep, one-time mint, only mint through November 14th. So we have a little bit, we have like 9 days left. So definitely some time for people to get paid or people to get to their computer and shit like that. So definitely think about your game plan, okay? Do you think it's more valuable to hold that Hedron, or do you have trust in Poly? Are you gonna mint a bunch of Poly and wait for Poly to appreciate in price and sell your Poly? I don't know, but I did just want to give you guys some pointers to go off of. I know that's what I thought about when I was thinking about this at work. All right, guys, that is it for this video. Super hyped that Poly is here. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Did you like the video? Did you not like it? Did I miss anything? If so, let me know. I'm gonna hop off of here and mint my Poly. I'll see you on the next one, all right?